this is Freddie Stevenson. We bring you another episode of Trials of Triumph. Today we got a special guest, Colin. He's the CEO of Life in Football, one of the hottest brands of sports media, and a motivational speaker. Man, how you doing?
Good, man. Good, man. I wish my boy was here with me, man. Like when we had you on the show, Mike Fizz, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my business partner. Me and him both run it. So, yeah, man. Blessing, man. Blessing to be here with you. Boy, hey, I love your setup. Boy, hey, y'all. This boy fly now. Hey, this boy straight fly up in here. But I love it, boy. I love what you're doing.
Appreciate it, man. Just shoot, we talking about me with you.
Yeah.
But don't watch you just over the course of the past few years, man. We done saw you launch your brand, and then now everything you putting out going viral. We done seen your brand take off. Like, kind of walk us through that process of launching your brand and then getting it to the point where it's now.
Man, from the start, when me and my business partner took off with it, we started like technically the end of 2018. He called me one day, but for years we talked about starting a business. Like, bro, we got to get out here and speak to the players, man. Let them know what's coming, man, because eventually the boys gonna get married, they gonna have kids, they gonna be done with football. They gotta know about this life coming. So we kept talking about it. We'll talk about it all year, and we'll talk about sports all the time. Well, football all the time. Boom, 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 boom. So one night we was talking. He was like, bro, you want to start man? I said, bro, we got to start a business some kind of way. Something got to shake, man. And then he hit me and said, he called me one day. I think we was in October. He said, you want to do a podcast? And I was like, I've been saying for years, bro, they got to hear us. Mm-hmm. We got good information. They got to hear. So he was like, he was rocking with it. Because every idea, I had a bunch of ideas before then trying to make something pop, but I was trying to do it without football. And what God allowed me to realize is everything you want to do it centered around what you love. Yeah. And then he'll add everything else that you already good at. If you funny, that's going to come involved. If you motivational, that's going to come involved. Whatever it is. You could be talking about body armor. We talking about body armor. I could still do everything else I want to do with body armor. All with Taste One Boy Peanuts. You know my boy Lance. Yeah. Hey, and then, so bad. And then Trials to Triumph. So exactly. You can do it all. So we sat there. He said, man, let's do the podcast. I'm like, podcast? I said, what's that really? I said, I kind of heard of that before, but what is it? He said, we just get on there and talk. I was like, what? That right up my alley. Yeah. I've been wanting to get my voice out there, so I like, bam, we got out there. So by the end of, October he said it, December of 2018, we officially did like a warm-up verse, and we did it like December the 31st. So I didn't count that. So in the next year, which was the next day, was 2019, we do our first episode. We started doing episodes once a week. So we started putting the episodes out. From that to 2019, January, that first week, we put out an episode basically by every week until the Colorado stuff took out in 2023. So we did a bunch of episodes, and then by the middle of the summer, May. It was May the 24th, 25th, 26th, somewhere in that range, 2019. We ain't have no logo. So my business partner, he just grabbed the logo. It was a helmet that said Life in Football, and it was a helmet coming out of gray ground. And it looked crazy to me, but we had to have something, but it looked crazy to me. So I was like, man, I couldn't ever get into it. Like, I knew we had a business, but it take your own belief in, like, this mine, I'm finna grow it, period. Like, it don't grow unless you grow it. Like, triple T gonna grow when you grow it, pretty much point blank. So I said, all right, how can we do it? So I said, you know what, man, we need matter of fact, Ahmad Black and some guys came out with a logo from University of Florida. And when the logo came out, it was so fresh to me. I was like, this was just made because they just came out with it. It wasn't like it had already been there for years. So I said, okay, if they made this logo, somebody can make me a logo. So I hollered at Ahmad. Ahmad said, hey, holler at your boy. Bam, I text him. He hit me up. He did the logo. I say, listen, man, I don't know what color I want the logo. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. You make something for us. God let that man come back with this logo right here, bro.
Yes, sir.
And it hit. I was like, dog. But if you realize it, look at the logo. What it almost basically say. UF.
Yeah.
That's where he from. UF. So I laughed. I said, he almost put UF in it. So I kind of laughed. I said, well, man, you got to back that L up just a little bit. Yeah. So, bam. May of 2019, once we got that logo, I got for real then. I went to calling everybody. I got this college book, the same college book I went and got this year. And I'm going through the college book just like I did in 2019. So I'm introducing the world to life in football all over again. Mm-hmm. And bro, I'm gonna have to give you this book. So, cause this gonna connect you with so many people. So that college book, you know the college book that got everybody in it, like all 130 some teams, plus the D1 AA's, they'll talk about them, and the D2s, they'll talk about everybody. But they'll give you all the teams in D1. That year in 2019, I went through that whole book. I highlighted everybody on Twitter. When I did that, bro, everybody knew about life in football after that summer. So now when we got into it, it was easy to ask somebody to come for an interview. They done already seen what we do. We got plenty of interviews up to that date. And then when we got the logo made and it was official, bro, I called so many college people. We did so many interviews in the month of May and June that my homeboy said, bro, which is my business partner, Mike Fees. He said, hey, we got to stop. We doing too much.
Yeah.
I said, nah, dog, we got to pump them out. He said, nah, we got to go week by week. So it kind of slowed me down. I was like, man. But then once I realized, and he gave me the breakdown of what all you got to do to it, that slowed it down. So I was like, okay, I get that. All right, bam. Now you fast forward to 2019, we interviewing everybody. 2019 of October is when I finally decided, you know what, I'm going to get on YouTube. Because I see YouTube booming, and in my mind, I said, YouTube could turn me into a millionaire.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a multi-millionaire with YouTube. I know I will. But I was like, man, how do I do it? So we started posting videos. And then I noticed once I post videos about people, they love my voice. For some reason, they love my voice. And then what I realized is everybody like to be talked about. Everybody. Like, even you interviewing me, but I wanted to come. Like, you said, come, boy, I wanted to come. I want to talk. Like, that's just life. Like, I don't know how you felt coming on ours, but you want to be, show that love to. So, all right, bam. Showing the love to the players in 2019, October, and it's starting to grow, but it's slow. Then you know what happened the next year. Kabooyah, the whole world slowed down. So, all right, boom. Then 21, I think 21, I got frustrated. And that was the year we went to on camera. So that was the year with y'all, when we brought everybody on camera. I was frustrated. I said, I ain't doing nothing, dog. I said, man, I ain't doing nothing, man. I say, I don't understand. YouTube won't take off for me. We talking to everybody. Why it ain't taking off, man? So I'm like, man, this crazy. Like, Lord, why it's like this? Like, I know our stuff good. Why we ain't out there like that? So 21, I told my homeboy, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just going to come do the interviews when we do them in person. And I ain't doing nothing else. So we did the interviews. He posted them every Friday, right? Every Friday. Now, in that year that went, that year we started filming with high school people. So we had one of the finest cameraman in the world with us, Jay Stone. And then, he left and went to Florida, and now he's filming women's basketball, and he on fire. Yeah. Like, he just got it. Like, God blessed him with that. So I said, okay, we had that year. In 21, he left and went back because everything was back to normal. So when he left, I ain't had no film person. I didn't want to go out to the games and film with my cell phone. So I was like, man, I can't have a 5.5 level and then go back to a garbage level. So I was like, man, I ain't doing that. So it just threw me. That 21, when it came in, I told him I'm not doing that. We filmed every week. But nothing never jumped on YouTube. It just never jumped. I was like, man, it's crazy. Then 22 on YouTube, I said, 21 I came back for the football season. And then I think 21 or 22, which year that quarterback from Florida, the Anthony Richardson, what year was his first year in the NFL? Was it last year or the year before?
Last year was his first year.
And he had got hurt during this season? Mm-hmm. Okay, so 23 was his first. Okay, 22, I came back in 21. I did some stuff on YouTube. but it really never jumped. 22, he had that play where he faked, and then the boy jumped out the sky.
Against Utah.
Yeah, and then he spent and threw the ball, and a wide receiver sitting in the corner of the end zone and caught it. Bam. Well, my cousin happened to be at the game and sitting right there on that play. He say, "You want it?" I say, "Send it to me. It can't be all that." He sent me the play. I say, "God, dog, boy." He filmed it so good that I said, "How you followed the ball?" Because I didn't think he was going to follow the ball, because after he shook, you saw the boy shaking. Then he shook the other one, and then he threw it. Then my cousin followed to catch, and then the boy just standing in the end zone just like this. Bam. And turned around to my cousin camera, which my cousin's kind of sitting up, but he turned around to the camera and then went to celebrate. And I was like, dang. I put that play on Instagram, 1 million views. Out the gate, 1 million views. I said, dog, okay, so we back in business.
Yeah.
So then I try to throw it on YouTube. I'm like, if it got 1 million on Instagram, it's going to get 1 million on YouTube. Man, it didn't jump. And I'm like, what happened? But I'm putting out stuff that year, and I seen my YouTube channel spike. Mm-hmm. But I ain't smart enough to understand it. I just see it spike, and I ain't looking at it. But what I realized is, in football season, it's going to jump anyway. So if you're a football person, this your time to pop, 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 pop. Everything out you can, because you never know what's going to be the spark. Well, we get the end of 22, December of 22. I'm like, Lord. All right, me and my, because then I'm asking Tony, because you know Tony, because I think he came on your show. So I'm telling Tony, like, bro, he say, within 5 to 10 years, your business going to take off if you consistent with it. So I'm like, all right, well, we started 2019, 2020, 21, 22. Man, but if you don't count the year that we officially went rolling, and then you start on next year, then it's 2020, 2021, 22, and then about to go 23. So I say it's 3 to 4 years, depending on how you want to look at it. So at the end of December, I'm like, Lord, something got to shake, Lord. I want to be able to really give to people. I want to really be able to give to my family. I want to just, Lord, I know it got to be more than this. Like, I'm working hard and still nothing popping off. So I said, you know what? I'm going to read my Bible, because I had heard 2 different people. I think read they Bible. No, yep. Miles Monroe said he got taught, his daddy was a pastor, and he was still poor. He couldn't understand that. He said, how am I still poor and my dad a pastor and you praying to God every day? And I'm like, boy, I feel you on that. I ain't poor, but I ain't got what I want. Yeah. So I'm like, all right. So he started reading the Bible every year, the whole Bible. He set up a plan to read the Bible every year, to read it all the way through. And his whole life changed. Then my business partner, he be learning about so much different stuff. He said, you know, Country Wayne started reading the Bible. And once he started reading the Bible and reading it out through a whole year, he said his whole life changed. So I said, that's 2 people, whole life changed with the Bible. So I said, you know what? I've been wanting to read the Bible from front to back my whole life, because you could ask people and they'll tell you, well, I haven't read the Bible from front to back, but they'll tell you like, well, I done read different. I done read a bunch of stuff. I'm like, nah. I need to read it for myself. I don't want no person going up there speaking and I don't even know what he talking about. I want to have a clue of what he talking about. So now when the pastor get up and talk, I know exactly what he talking about, because I done read it. So I started reading the Bible at the end of 22, and I went on my first fast. I fasted like 7 days. I had never not eating food for 7 days unless I was sick. But I don't think I've ever been sick no 7 days straight. Well, I had one time, but it wasn't that you was focused on fasting. You was trying to get like, oh, my body hurts. So boom, I did the 7 day fast, starting to read my Bible. I'm telling Lord, my life got to change, man. Bless the business, bless it where we'll have to bless my family, bless everything connected to it. So, and bless me to be a blessing to others. Bro, at the end of, after I got done with the fasting, after I started reading my Bible, I'm rolling through the internet and Twitter at the time, strolling. And my business partner said, you know, Coach Prime about to dip. He could go to South Florida, Nebraska, or Colorado. I was like, South Florida, how they going to do that? I said, I would love for him to be in Tampa, but how he going to do it? Then he said, well, he might go to Nebraska. I said, that boy ain't going to no Nebraska. He said, yes, he would. I bet he'll go to Nebraska. I'm like, bro, he wouldn't go to no Nebraska? Then he was like, man, he will. Then finally he got a job at Colorado. When he got the job at Colorado, I'm just watching. I ain't really saying that. I'm just watching. Strolling through Twitter, and Desi Banks post a clip, a picture of him saying he committed to Coach Prime. My mind, that's how God be blessing you, man. He'll give you them ideas. Like, people ask for money, but the money is in your ideals. That's where the money at. Like, people think the money supposed to be cash. No, the money is the ideal for you to go get to work, and then now you're going to bring that ideal into pass. Or into how you bring it up in the future where you can work it. So, bam. I see the picture, and I stroll past, and I'm like, man, I ought to do a video on that. I said, I'll let it be. Boom. I open up it again, because, you know, you're going to stroll anyway. So I stroll again. I see it again. I say, man, I ought to do a video on that. Put it down, and I thought, well, he do got a video where he acting like he's catching a kick return, and he got the band. And I'm like, Then I say, just so recently, somebody had posted a video of him with his highlights of high school and maybe mixed with a little college. I was like, oh, boy was pretty good out there. So I was like, has he made a video yet? Then I went to looking on the internet. Has anybody made a video? Nobody ain't thought of that. Now, I'm pretty sure God gave this idea to a bunch of more people. They just didn't take it. Or they did, and they took off later. But I said, you know what? I'm going to make this video. Man, I went and put the video together. Hey, I forgot how I did it per se all the way, but I was like, hey, Desi Banks, one of the baddest wide receivers, kick returners in the country. Coach Prime finna sign this man. He don't need nobody NIL money. He already got money. And then I'm talking through his video, and he out there doing his thing in the video. Then at the end, I got the band, with him juking, catching that punt return. Then I got his picture on the back end saying he committed. Well, you know, at this time, nobody know what's real. So the people in the internet world, YouTube world, they think it's real. I ain't thinking nothing about it. I posted on there the video catching fire, but this time I'm looking at it like, ooh, because my goal was, we had never had a video, I don't think, to initially, as soon as you put it on, to get over 1,000 views. So I was like, I want to get a video that could do that. I thought 1,000 views was a lot. But now that we get 1,000 views, it's like, okay, now your mind rise to another level and then another level. So I said, boom, if I can get 1,000 views, man, the video got 1,000 views so fast, I got, dog. So I said, well, hold on, let me throw it in his, on Twitter and see what happened. Right up on his video. So people loving the video, they shooting it out. Matter of fact, I put a video out so fast that Desi Banks didn't even have a chance to come do a video till the next day. He did a video the next day, like him committing, but I beat him to it. So it was funny, like I beat him to his own thing. So I kind of laughed like, dang, I beat that boy to it. Like your ideas be rolling. So boom, that video made 100,000 views. YouTube said, hey, you almost about to be a partner. I said, whoo, I'm about to finally get this YouTube money. I was like, all right. So the next day I went to thinking. This how your mind go to thinking, man. You go to thinking on new levels. So I said, what video could I put out that'll make another 100,000 views? Put out another video. I put Destroying. You know the boy Destroying that was at UCL? Yeah. Put Destroying video out. And then I said he committed. I said, yeah, y'all, Destroying. This kicker right here, Coach Prime got a ball in him because he not only could kick the ball, he can go play offense or defense because he just that skilled. Boom. They loved it. The video almost did 300,000 views. I said to myself, 2 videos about Deion, and it's on fire? I said, well, I think I'm finna talk about Deion every day.
That's the money.
Yeah, I said, I think I'm about to talk about Deion every day. So I told my business partner, I told my barber, and I told my other homeboy, and then they was like, man, go for it. Like, you go for it. So I went to talk about him every day. My numbers went to going up. And then before you know it, January the 13th of 2023, YouTube say, boy, you monetized. Bam, boy, I ain't looked back since. So that was the start of it. Fasting, reading that Bible, and God using the ideas that you're going to come across. Because every day we thinking of something is will you act on it. Like right now, I want to drop by 20 pounds. Now, I ain't big or nothing, but I want to drop back by 20 pounds and be the size I feel like I'm supposed to be. So I know I want it because every day I look at myself, I say, you know, I need to drop that weight. I need to drop that weight. Well, this the summertime. So I need to go ahead and do it. This is my freest opportunity to do it. So I'm going to do it. Now, what is that going to lead me to? Then last night, out of the blue, I heard this dude say, a guy told him, and I be wanting this too sometimes. Well, a lot. The guy said, man, I want everything I want right now, quick and easy. And the guy said, man, you got a trash mentality. Your mentality is garbage. And I was like, oh. He said, so you don't want it difficult and hard? You don't want to just go however long it take? That's going to make you a better person.
Yeah.
And when I thought about it, I said, you know what? I can't rush this thing. I can't rush it to have tens of millions of dollars in the bank account. I can't rush it to where I could just help people and bless them all like that. So I can do what I can right now, and I just got to lock in and go get everything that I say I want. That's not bad. That's not sneaky and all that crazy stuff. It's meant for me to have.
Yeah.
I just got to go do it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So that's where I'm at right now, man, to go do it mode. Just go do it.
Do it.
Point blank, period. Go do it. It ain't nothing stopping me from doing it. Ain't nothing stopping me from eating better. Ain't nothing stopping me from exercising more. Ain't nothing stopping me from making all the money I dream of. Nothing. Nobody and nothing could stop it. So now that I truly understand that, and I truly understand that it's just going to be a process, then I'm down for it. I'm down for it. Now, because I'm 49, when I'm 50, would I like to have millions of dollars then or not? Yeah. When I'm 60, would I like to have millions of dollars then or not? Yeah. When I'm 70, 80, at any given time, I'm going to want that. So what's the process? Why rush it? Just take my time and go get it. So that's where I'm at right now, man. That's how everything got me to this point right now. Now that I know how YouTube run, YouTube don't even scare me no more. Okay, I see how I go up and down, and then I see that guy Mr. Beast. So I'm looking at Mr. Beast like, I didn't even know who Mr. Beast was until some of my students told me. So I'm like, okay, he getting like 200 million views or 100 million views just out of the blue like this, like. Then I just I said, let me go look at some of his older videos. And I went through his stuff, how he started one way, and then it switched, and then it switched. And it was just going through different things. So I was like, okay, you could say he growing with the time. But it always improved. It always got better. So I'm looking at our numbers now. It always keep increasing. It don't stop unless I stop. So I ain't stopping. So I know at some point when we do another show, it's going to
You gonna have that silver plaque,
bro. We'll probably be somewhere shooting with the backdrop of the ocean somewhere, hey, chilling. So man, that's where it's at, man.
Yes, sir. I'm with you. And, you know, I love hearing your journey. Love seeing the growth, and just watching you, man. You talked about it, Colorado. How you've been embraced by that fan base has embraced you. How did it feel, you know, being embraced by Deion Sanders and seeing what the Colorado fan base does for you?
A blessing, man, because it's you all. I mean, it's me using my gifts. It's me doing what I always been doing. Just now people see it. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
I've been talkative. You see, I just ran my mouth now. I've been talkative. I always ask questions. I done seen Coach Pryor in 2019. I wanted to talk to him. Just it felt like I couldn't. He was right there at the Under Armour in Orlando, and I was right. I'm talking about literally right there. I could have said, Coach. And he'd have turned around and hollered at me, but I just didn't. So as the time went, I did a bunch of interviews last summer. I'm doing a bunch of interviews now. And the Colorado people, when I made it up, they were like, man, we love your interviews because it lets us know who the person really is, the way you talk to them. But to me, this is what I've been doing my whole life. It ain't even like it was hard for me to do it. Like coming on here with you right now, this ain't hard to me at all, man. It's cake. This because I'm in my element.
You're gifted to do it.
Yeah,
and that's what I believe that God he provides an income source to every gift you've been blessed with. So now that you've tapped into your gifts, you said the YouTube's taking off, social media's taking off, and it's gonna continue to take off. So it's dope to see, but the biggest thing right now we want to get into, and I know it's probably gonna break the internet.
Yeah.
Colorado season, it's coming up.
Yeah.
What Travis Hunter, man? I've seen you talk about it. Why do you feel like he's the best player in college football?
He the only, and you listen, I got to taste the high level of D1, but I was at South Florida tasting it. Then I done tasted at the D1 level in JUCO and all that. I mean D1 AA level in JUCO, but you tasted at the national championship level. Mm-hmm. What player you know that go both ways all game and still elite on both sides?
Amen.
I ain't seen nothing. I ran it back. Charles Woodson did not go back and forth the whole game. The closest person we had was Champ Bailey. Mm-hmm. That was the only person that had enough gas in the tank to do it how he did it. And he had enough catches and interceptions, and he did special teams. Yeah. So Champ Bailey is the only one that you could put in his area.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like he the best player.
Yeah, so it's like.
And then every game he elevating just the TCU game. In those moments, like when the pressure's the highest, that's when you see him.
Bruh, I was at the game. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm at the games watching his plays unfold with literally, I love watching games from home, but to see these moments, Coach Prime, at the D1 level, like, when I see Travis Hunter, I'm seeing him come downfield. I'm on the same sideline as the play that shook the whole internet up when he picked that ball up. The play started out, about to get ready to get started. Darius, one of Coach Prime people up there that's in the circle with him, and he was coming by me. I say, Darius, man, I ain't filming nothing. Go ahead and get a better shot of where I'm at. The TCU student section going wild the whole game. I'm talking about straight talking trash. They talk so much trash, and I done been in a lot of games where we on the visitor side, because you know how they set the stadiums up. They going to always put you on the visitor side. So, with the students, I ain't heard nobody talk like TCU. They were talking so much. I said, if their mama and daddy heard that, their mama and daddy, come here, son. Boy, I raised you. I ain't never raised you to talk like that. So that's how they were talking out there. So I told Darius to move up. Darius moved up, and I'm watching the play. I see the play unfold, and I said, golly, man, everybody was covered. But then the running back went sneaking out the backfield. I say, bro, he finna score. God, dog. He threw the ball. I say, man, this a touchdown, dog. I start hurting my stomach already. Out of the blue trap, hands jumped up and grabbed it. Wham! I was what? Yeah. I was shook like, dang, where he came from.
Different.
And then Darius turned back to the student section. They was just as shook as me. Whoa, like, because that play wasn't supposed to happen, dog.
That play, and then seeing him and playing in cover 2 against UCLA.
I was at that game.
I think the battle we had as fans was, you see what he does on the defensive side, and then you go watch him. Number one receiver. Yep. It's like, at the next level, which
I think the NFL got to give him a chance. I think that's a money maker. If you could learn anything off of Coach Prime, he a money making machine. He put people in position to shine. Like after the TCU game, dog, when I got up, all I could tell Coach Prime as they were walking, because they were talking to him at the end of the game, I was like, man, boy, God bless you, man. God bless you. Then when he called me down on stage, I'm like, he really called me up here? They doing this show right now. All I could tell him was when I was, dog, God bless you, boy. God bless you. Then the UCLA game, I'm sitting down because I try to get me good views to see the play. I got me a view to see it, and they throw the ball. That boy snagged it, and the way he snagged it, he cuffed it.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, did he really catch that? God, dog. And he snagged that one.
That's the way cover 2. That's textbook cover 2.
Boy, that boy nice, boy.
He different. Just Coach Prime. You see the flat he get from the media. Why do you feel like the world is scared of Coach Prime?
They is, man. They already know what time it is. All right, let's just run it. Because you got Dabo. They gave Dabo the job, right?
Yeah.
Coach Tommy Bowden said, Dabo is the guy. He is the guy. Now, Dabo was only a wide receiver coach. They weren't tripping out there, I guess, because they felt he worked his way up, but they weren't tripping. And he rose the program up. We seen Kirby Smart rock with Nick Saban, so we knew what time he was going to have. when Coach Prime came out of high school dominating, then went to Jackson State, and he had that first spring session, and then they thought, this all he gonna do? And then he came back and only lost one game regular season in the black college championship game. Then the next season, he didn't lose none in the regular season, and he lost the black college championship. So Colorado, he got that first season that he took at Jackson State. Now, the team's so stacked. Dog. They got ballers at every position that done shined everywhere. You got everybody, when they put out stuff, they can't even hide it no more. When they say returning ballers, they had to put some of the Colorado guys in. So we done had somebody on every list. So we got some on every list. Why y'all ranking us at the bottom? Now, the last team they ranked at the bottom on the Big 12 that really took off was TCU, and they had that Cinderella run. That's what I think Coach Prime about to have this year, a Cinderella run. And at the worst case scenario, only win 8 games. So why I think they don't want him to take off like that? Because the way he doing it.
Yeah.
And he could, you see how, it was a movie out there, dog. I seen so many famous people out there that one day out in the Nebraska game, I seen everybody famous you could think of almost. And I'm sitting out there, it was so many famous people, I was like, it's so much money in the city of Boulder right now, it don't even make sense. And I was like, what's the difference between me and them? Nothing, it's just work. It's just work. That's all it was. It's just work. So I said, it's just work. I said, ooh, that's me in a little bit, whatever God want to give.
Yeah,
so with Coach Prime doing the way he doing and the way he taught, like, you ain't never seen no guy get up there and say, yeah, they got me this year, but they ain't gonna get me next year.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna get me no other year. They ain't never seen nobody do that. And then the way he doing it, gold chain, flashy with it, man, they don't want to see that come up on top, man. That breaking the whole tradition of how it's supposed to go.
Speaking of that, man, shoot, I got the schedule pulled up here. Colorado moving into the Big 12.
Yep.
Let's go through every game.
Let's run it.
First game, you got North Dakota State. What you thinking?
Now, people downplay. I done heard the whole social media world act like North Dakota State ain't fine. You and I both know.
Yeah.
I went and looked at their records. Excuse me. Last year, they was a game away from winning the chip. Guess who won the year before that? Them. Guess who won the year before that? Them. They won like
the powerhouse at their level.
Yeah, they been rolling it. Yeah. So why would they think that they sorry now? Yeah, they lost their coach to be a linebacker coach at USC. Yeah, they lost their offensive coordinator to Tennessee State, but they brought back an original guy that was there when the original North Dakota State went rolling. Not when they transferred it through the next guy and the next guy. He's one of the originals. So now he get his chance. You know he want to roll it.
Win,
well, we gonna win. We gonna win, but it's the game.
Be a grind.
Yeah, man, that game gonna be. Listen, that game on Thursday night. I asked Coach Prime. I said, Coach, boy, how you did? Like, I know that was a move because if he would have played that game on that Saturday, bro, Clemson, Georgia play. Ain't nobody trying to watch Colorado that day.
Yeah.
So the network say, I need this money. Put Coach Prime on. Why you think out of our first 6 games, the only game that they haven't put on a schedule yet for a game is Baylor? Every game through there gonna be on TV. Every game. Baylor and Cincinnati, the only 2 games I don't know gonna be on TV.
Yeah. So from your standpoint, you think
North Dakota State we're gonna win.
North Dakota State.
We got Nebraska next. We're gonna go to Lincoln, Nebraska, and we're gonna whoop them up in their thing. But now, how's it gonna go? I ain't gonna say we're gonna blow them out because we had their crib.
It's gonna be tough. It's a rivalry game.
Yeah, like, so I don't know how it's gonna be.
What about Colorado State?
That's a rivalry game. We want to beat the brakes off of them because they did Baylor. If Baylor don't improve, we gonna crush them.
UCF. That's gonna be
UCF. That's the true the real black and gold. And boy, I know that game gonna be on TV. Yes, I already slated for TV. That one gonna be a close one because they got that quarterback KJ Jefferson, and that big boy can get out there and run and throw. So you got to contain him. They got the running back who was top in the country, RJ Harvey. He'll run that thing. They got another running back that transferred in, and he'll run that thing.
Either way.
Nah, we gonna win, but
okay.
Oh, and then we got your boy from Lake Wales, Johnny Richardson.
Yeah,
he gonna run it. So
okay, next week everybody been talking about Kansas State.
Kansas State at the crib. They at the crib. Yeah. They at our crib.
That's one team that got in the college football.
They solid. That coach, guess where he came from? North Dakota State.
Okay.
So he part of the tradition. And then, K-State already a good team anyways. But I think that one going to be a nail biter. We're going to get that one.
Upset. Okay.
But that's a game that I have a question. Like that game.
Arizona on the road.
We should have got them at the crib last year. They got one on us. They got a whole new coaching staff, and some of the players done dealt. We're going to get that one at their crib. And I want to go to that one, though.
Cincinnati at home.
Oh, we should get them.
Texas Tech on the road.
Texas Tech, everybody done told me, and it's a boy from Tallahassee on Texas Tech, and he nice. He play wide receiver. He number 10. They say Texas Tech hard at their crib. So
it's going to be.
I say it'll be tough, but I think we can get it.
Okay. What about Utah at home?
We Jalen Glover right there in Polk County. Yeah. He on the squad. And the DB from Auburndale. We owe them one, man.
Okay.
At the crib, we owe them one.
So Kansas on the road.
That one gonna be tough too. So the Kansas and the K-State game, to me, the toughest too.
Potential games where it can go either way.
Yeah, cause them two, they got coaches who done won chips. Like they ain't tried to get to a chip. They done won chips at different levels, and now they trying to do it. So, bam, yeah, them two gonna be hard.
Then after
Oklahoma State gonna be hard too.
Oklahoma State, yeah.
Yeah, they gonna be hard too. But
that's when you think y'all gonna win.
I think we could get that too, but them three to me gonna be the toughest ones because they got a running back who he was the leading rusher in the nation. So Ollie Gordon they gonna get him that ball.
So you see a scenario where Colorado can potentially come out on the top, win all those games, or where they can drop 3 potentially.
We can win 8 or 9 games on the low end, or have a Cinderella run.
Okay,
that's how I've been telling everybody. It's either 8 or 9 wins or a Cinderella run, man.
Okay. And then I guess my last question for you, we done talked about Travis Hunter. We done talked about Prime.
Yeah.
The one running the show, quarterback, Shadur Sanders. What makes him different?
Man, you seen the beating he took this past season in 23?
Did they do? Have we gotten everything up front secured?
Man, we solid, dog.
Okay.
I'm talking about we got linemen that was starting at different places. Now we got linemen that transferred that started with us. But we needed a whole group. So say some of them guys could have stayed. They could have stayed and probably 1 or 2 maybe would have started. But it would have been hard. So we got a whole group of guys that's ready to eat. And everybody know what time it is. It's a lot of boys, they make or break time to hit that lead. Well, what I done realized is, following one of the NFL people, is that if you have one person on your team that can go first through the 3rd round, they'll send the whole organization out to your school. So the whole organization gonna come to Colorado and be checking. They watching for Travis and Shador first. But now they got to check the other guys. Okay, that dude good, that dude good, that dude good, that dude, dog. So they got a lot of guys that could go get drafted. So now all they got to do is put the wins up. You put the wins up, you going to justify the draft.
So looking at it last year, he put up great numbers with a terrible offensive line.
Right. So that man got hit over 50 times sacked. So let's say he got sacked 50. Let's say another 10 or 20 that he got grabbed, or shooken, or some they hit him, but and he threw it, but he got it out. So imagine he got hit a total of about 70 times. Imagine if we bring that down to even half that. Or only 5 to 10 or 15 sacks this year. Bro, that man, he threw for 500 yards the first game. All our wide receivers, we got about 6 that can go right out the gate and go get it. We got more than that, but let's say 6 right out the gate. I don't know 6 DBs on one squad. I don't know a solid 4 DBs on one squad. You might have one that's super solid, the other one straight, but your next 2, what they gonna do? And we got them that can and be up out of there. So just imagine Shador saying height, and he know out of 4 wide receivers, somebody gonna be open. Read 1 through 4, somebody gonna be open. Bro, you can't stop that.
Yeah.
Then we got a running back. We got like 3 or 4 running backs. Well, really, we got about 5 or 6 running backs that can run the ball. But 2 or 3 of them done ran at the college level already. Bro, we set.
So in your mind,
we could own the Big 12.
Colorado can own the Big 12 this year.
Think about it. Last year, we could have won. We only won 4 games, but we had 2 that we just pretty much gave away. So that was 6 wins. We had another 2 games that we could have won. So what? That's 7, 8. Bro, there's only 2 games that we lost last year that I know we lost. Like right point blank, the game was over. Like Oregon was a bop, and then I think the other game was Washington State. They kind of boom. But other than that, every game we was in.
Okay.
Every game.
Yeah.
So we was in every game with that line last year. And now we got a better O-line and a better D-line. Better everything. Bro, I don't know why they ain't ranking us. But you know what? If that was a coach coming from the University of Georgia, let's say it was the defensive coordinator at Georgia right now. I think his name Glenn. If Glenn would have this job right now, they would have loved him for winning 4 or 6 games last year. And this year, with everything that he got, they would have been saying, oh my goodness, Colorado is going to win everything. Yeah. But they ain't going to do that with Coach Prime. They're going to downplay that.
Yeah, so I've heard you say you've been bold about saying, you said Colorado, you feel like Coach Prime is the best coach in college football. You said that Travis Hunter is the best player in college football. You said that Shadur is the best quarterback in college football. Colorado has an improved offensive line.
Right.
So, yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
All right.
Does the football team make the college football playoffs this year?
In the playoffs, baby. Colorado in the playoffs, hands down. We wanted them 12. And you know why we're going to be 1-12? If we lose 1 or 2 games and go to the Big 12 championship and win, they got to put us in. But if we only lose 1 or 2 games and they don't include us in the Big 12 championship, but we only lose 1 or 2, they see that money. Only way we don't get in if they say, Bob, I love what Coach Prime's doing, but it's no way we're going to let him get in this playoffs. Yeah. We're not letting him in. Do not let him in. Now, if they do that, because you seen what they did to your school, they just said,
hey, man,
that's what I'm saying. They did what they did to y'all. Florida State, they don't have a quarterback. So you know what? We're not going to let them in.
Yeah.
And we're going to justify that. Who's going to say anything to us? We dictate what happens.
Yeah.
And what did they do?
Okay.
They say they ain't going to be in. They went in. So the only way we don't get in if they say we ain't going to be in.
Okay.
But it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You see they moved that game from August the 31st with all the big hitter games to they said, nah, push that up. We need that Dion money. Because Dion views, Coach Prime views, was so high. Mm-hmm. And they was high because we was winning. And you know when him winning, he going to be, boy, what?
Yeah.
He going to, boy. So imagine winning. And we really just roll calling.
Viewership going to be through the roof.
Woo,
so y'all
it's going to be a straight show.
From Life in Football, I want to say thank you again, Colin, for coming on. It was a great show. Love hearing your story about your journey and ultimately how people can monetize their brand on YouTube and social media. And then I'm excited to see the things that you bring for us this year.
Man, check this. God bless me, man. Ideals keep rolling. Bro, I teach a class on how to use social media and YouTube and make them all work. I teach it once a month, man. And everybody that come to my class, they be telling me, bro, your ideals, you right, oh, this work, that work. Bro, I done it so many ways. Like I done started so many different channels trying to see what worked that I figured out you really got to do it off what you love. Well, and then I give them the goal, I give them the layout of everything I done and everything that's what's current. So every time I put out something that's current for that month, they get my current ideas plus the ideas so all my ideas that work, they get them every month. Let
the people know where they can find you on social media kind of follow your work.
On X/Twitter, however they want to call it. If you put in Life in Football anywhere on the internet, we popping up.
Okay.
God done blessed us. Yeah, you put in Life in Football, we popping up.
Search them up on YouTube, X, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Hey, listen, I'm telling you, one of the hottest brands in sports right now, and it's just the beginning. We're going to come back this time next year, like you said.
Ooh, boy, we're going to be at the beach or
something. I'm telling you. But I appreciate you coming on, and so that's it for us. Thank you.
Appreciate you, boy.
Yes, sir.